all sorts of data on you right now. Who's to say that they're going to be the only people with access to that now and in the future?
Exactly. It allows the breach. Stay there. Riveting stuff, folks. We're going deep inside Big Brother and how to defeat it with the heads of Start Page.
We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
If you want an American company with American products made by Americans, here is the Cal Ben Soap Company. Alex and his staff have used these pure soap products for years. These all-natural soaps are made from the highest quality vegetable and coconut oils that are earth-friendly and safe. See them on the web at 5starsoap.com or call 800-340-7091 for a free catalog. Buy the 1 to 2 month sample package and enjoy soaps that are twice as good as what you're using now. Or save big with a 1 to 2 year supply of soaps for all your cleaning needs. This is an amazing deal. You can save thousands of dollars and you will love the way real soap makes you feel. See them on the web at 5starsoap.com or call 800-340-7091 for a free catalog.
Have you ever wanted to generate your own supply of electrical power, even save money on your electric bill? If so, this could be one of the most important messages you will ever hear. Solar-powered generators are now available. These emergency backup systems provide life-saving electrical power. Unlike gas generators, a solar generator runs quietly, emits no fumes, and produces electricity from the sun. It's like having an electrical power plant running quietly in your own home. Run sump pumps, shortwave radios, computers, and even keep your food from spoiling. Whether it's hurricanes, ice storms, brownouts, or blackouts, you'll never suffer through painful power outages again. And here's the best news. A remarkable fall truckload sale is going on right now that gets you $1,700 in bonuses when you buy a solar generator. To find out why these solar generators are the best generators and get $1,700 in bonuses for doing so, go to falltruckloadsale.com. That's falltruckloadsale.com. Generate your own supply of electricity. Go to falltruckloadsale.com. That's falltruckloadsale.com.
The Silver Lungs Generator is the only all-encompassing professional-class product for producing endless colloidal and ionic silver solutions right from the convenience of your home. With recent regulations threatening the sale of silver-based supplements, now you can secure yourself and your family by producing your own silver solutions anywhere, anytime. You can have the peace of mind knowing that you can create endless supply of silver anytime, anywhere, for any application. The Silver Lungs Generator is a one-time purchase that requires no maintenance nor replacement parts for the life of the unit. This product was designed to be an invaluable part of your vital preparations. For a detailed report on the differences between ionic silver, colloidal silver, and what most silver solution manufacturers are producing, please visit our website at www.silverlungs.com for more information on why you should be producing your own silver solutions right from your home forever.
Crashing through the lies and disinformation. It's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
So the CIA, the NSA, the NLSA, yeah, we're tracking everything you do. Yeah, we're watching your kids at home with the school-issued laptops. Yeah, the Department of Defense is running programs in schools all over the U.S. where kids wear tracker chips around their neck even when they leave school. Yeah, we're going to expel you if you don't accept it. Yeah, AI computers watch what your kids eat and file reports with the Pentagon on them. CBS News, San Antonio. It's all beyond 1984. All over the country. They've put in IntelliStreets. That's just one company. There are dozens of companies with streetlights, with hidden cameras and microphones, all wired in, all paid for with our taxpayer money. And they're saying, oh, yes, be sure and go to Google and use it. Well, let me tell you, if you're going there about medical information, they know. If you're going there about marital problems, they know. Or if you're going to what movies you're going to see or what books you're going to read. And we saw this a couple of years ago where Kindle erased thousands of titles off people's Kindles they'd paid for. And then people see the titles like 1984 and they go, well, I was able to download that. Well, yeah, there were lawsuits over it. Now you can get it again. The point is they did delete them. So I'm all for the digital age, except when there's not a hard copy, when there's not a print 2.0, and you're up on the cloud, they can erase everything. So I want to talk to you guys about that too. I know that isn't what Start Page is into right now, but we need to have this stuff backed up ourselves. If we own it, it's our copy. We need to be able to do this. And we're joined by the CEO, the head of StartPage.com, Robert Beans, and David Bodnick, also the founder and creator of much of the amazing software. And it really is a great site. And from when I've researched, whenever I go, look, you're right there when people search for alternative, privacy search page or proxy surfing. And I've seen some of the numbers. Am I right in saying you guys are now the biggest in the business? I mean, there's a couple other, I guess, competitors, but they don't even seem to show up on the radar screen.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And we were talking before about some of the technical details that are really necessary to think through and focus on to deliver private search. One other area is encryption. So that because if you're searching through HTTP, usually even if you think that you're only talking with the search engine that you're talking with, all of that information can be recorded by your ISP and by other parties along the way, and it could fall into the wrong hands. And so what we do with Start Page is that we use HTTPS by default, so that all of the search requests are encrypted. It just can't be read by anybody else. It's directly between your computer and our computer, and nobody in between can listen in. And another thing that we do, for example, is that if you click on a result, we arrange it so that the site you're going to doesn't see what you've searched for. Because usually if you do a search and then you click on a result, the site you've seen sees exactly what search term you have been looking for. So we make it so they can't see anything that you've searched for.
Well, that's the answer, is for people to take this in their own hands. And I know it's been extremely popular. So that's the best thing. Do the right thing and become successful. Amazing. There's so many other points we're going to go over, and I've got a laundry list of questions that I want to discuss here as well today with our guests. But let's bring up now, and we're going to go into overdrive into the next hour as well and open the phones up at that time. Dr. Catherine Albrecht, privacy expert and spokesperson for StartPage.com. Catherine is a respected privacy expert, researcher, and activist, and the U.S. spokesperson for Start Page, XQuick, and StartMail. Catherine regularly reports on breaking news in the privacy arena, and she's a huge fan of InfoWars. I hadn't even read this yet, that here's my Start Page from their bio site, and it says InfoWars. Catherine holds a doctorate in consumer education from Harvard University. Privacy is more than just our business, it's our passion. Catherine Albrecht. And she's also recently, praised God, her cancer, I think, is in remission. Last time I heard, her breast cancer, and so she joins us via video Skype. And Catherine, always great having you on with us, and I'm flattered that these guys came to visit me, all the way from New York and the Netherlands.
Well, hey, Alex, it's so good to be on your show. And I got to tell you, I really love working with Robert and David and the whole team there at Start Page. It's really wonderful to meet people who care this much about privacy, but have the ability to actually put it into action. And so I'm delighted that they're there in the studio. I'm so glad that they're getting to know the InfoWars audience and vice versa. And I just think it's a wonderful thing that they're there in Austin.
Well, it's exciting having you here with us. I mean, I know you've been chomping at the bit the last 20 minutes sitting there on hold while we were fixing a technical issue. Things you'd like to add to what they've said, and other things people should know and understand, because here I am assaulting Google. And obviously, we all end up using Google one way or another. Their goal is to become the web. But now it's even worse than I thought 10 years ago, where they're just an NSA front, spying on everything, hacking your computers, and not getting in trouble. Just amazing.
Well, and you've experienced some of this too, Alex. I know YouTube is now totally owned and controlled by Google. The other thing people need to be aware of is it's not just the searches, but it's also people's email through Gmail. So one of the reasons why I think it's so exciting what's being done over there at Startpage, and I'm of course part of the company now, is that they're working on private email as well. And so when you look at the big picture, and I think this has really been Robert's vision for the company, is really saying where are the choke points for privacy? Where is it that there are things that we all need, that we all want access to, whether it's quick answers to our questions through search, whether it's the ability to log on through any kind of a device and know that you're encrypted and you're not being observed, the proxy, so you can actually go to other websites, even maybe questionable websites that might be spying on you or putting tracking cookies on your browser. You can go there with the proxy. And then, of course, nowadays, with all the big story about Petraeus and their Gmail accounts being looked at, if you say the head of the CIA
director is being spied on. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Isn't that crazy? You got the head of the CIA who can't even keep his own email private. So clearly, if Petraeus can't do it, then the average person out there can't do it either. And that's the big exciting frontier now for Startpage, is coming out with Start Mail, which will be the world's most private email. So I think, we're always looking at where are those points where people's privacy is invaded and what are the needs? What are people doing on a day-to-day basis? So we've got a new app coming out for mobile devices, all of the ways that the internet is a moving target. And the other thing that you mentioned earlier in the interview that I think is so important is all of this new cybersecurity law that's being contemplated. There's a vote coming up this week, as I'm sure you and your listeners have been discussing, that could potentially give the government access to your email without a warrant. So when you look at that and you say, wow, we in the U.S. are really under attack. We are under attack by our own government. We're under attack by the big marketers and the corporations. And what I love about Startpage, and what I will love about StartMail when it's available, is being based over in Europe. Let's say that there was a Patriot Act request or a subpoena or a warrant. There would be really no way that a U.S. court would be able to access any information off of Startpage or StartMail for a couple of reasons. Number one is they don't have jurisdiction. They would have to actually go to a Dutch court and get Dutch permission, which is virtually impossible. And even if they did, once they access the servers, there would be literally nothing on them. So no record made of anyone's IP address, no record made of what you search for. In fact, Startpage wouldn't even be able to say definitively either way whether you'd ever access their website at all. So that's the part that I think is so awesome.
And I've got it up on screen. It's a CNET story from Yahoo. Senate bill rewrite lets feds read your email without warrants. Remember Bush just 6 years ago? He'd say, I promise, we're not reading your email. And we would never do that. It's illegal, only Al-Qaeda. Right. And then now it's just, everything you do, we're watching it, get used to it. What do you think, Catherine, the change in attitude is really all about?
I think it's because people haven't pushed back. I think that's really what it is. Back when 9/11 happened, and you were on top of things long before then, I was listening to your show back in the 90s, literally, so I know you knew about this. But a lot of people didn't. They didn't believe when you were up there at the microphone saying, hey, listen, they've already got legislation written. They're just waiting for the perfect excuse to implement it. And then along comes 9/11, and boom, all of a sudden they have this Patriot Act pre-written, all, how many reams of paper that thing took. They just pulled it out of a drawer ready-made and went, oh, here's the solution. So I think what it is people have gotten used to the security state. We're used to being nakedized at the airport. We're getting used to being tracked on our jobs. I think people are getting used to, or trying to get kids used to being tracked in schools. And I really think that they're saying now's the time to push the envelope. I don't buy it, though. I really do believe, especially seeing the growth of Startpage, which is now the biggest privacy service on the entire internet. There's a huge clamor for this. People don't want to be spied on.
Exactly. And take the Hernandez family in San Antonio that you've helped so much and that we've covered here at InfoWars. When we were first covering that, no media attention, broke a huge coverage, and then they expel the little girl for not wearing a tracker chip that followed her on the bus and when she went home, and then it becomes a national story, and then the court strikes down the school. Now there are other kids revolting en masse. And then it turns out this all happened before in 1999 in Louisiana, where they kicked one little girl out, again, a little girl who wouldn't wear just a barcode, and then the whole school revolted. It's the same story. You're always alone up front, but you've got to do the right thing. And know this, even if you don't win in your own personal fight, the fighting spirit is what will win. You guys want to comment, Robert, David, on the points that Catherine just made and I've just made?
Yeah, I think Catherine is absolutely right. just wanted to comment on databases, because databases are so huge. You have large databases maintained by Amazon, by Google, by Facebook, immense piles of personal data. But there's also commercial databases. And I learned about a company called Axiom. Actually, it's in Conway in Arkansas. That maintains a massive database, apparently the most massive database, commercially speaking, in the US.